Hey friends, welcome back. It's Meal Prep Monday. I know we've got to get ready for the week. And I'm doing a Mary's Mini this week. Yes, I haven't decided. I'm either doing 5 or 7 days of a Mary's Mini. So, hope you're going to join me. Let's get at it. Let's get going with our Mary's Mini. So, I've already done some russet potatoes in my Instant Pot. And they're already in the fridge, so I'm going to use those when I use my air fryer because I like those the best for making fries. Oh, hey, I didn't introduce myself. Welcome. My name's Vicki-Lynne. Welcome to my channel. So glad you could join me. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and scooch on over, hit that little bell icon so you're notified every time I upload a new video. I have some great recipes here, starch solution friendly, oil free, always vegan. I do some restaurant reviews here and there. I do some traveling. I do a little bit of everything, but they're always interesting. And I hope I bring a little laugh to your life once in a while. Anyway, I'm on a journey doing the starch solution. Again, been vegan for a couple of years now, but been trying to stick with the starch solution. And going to try another Mary's Mini because I do like it. I know it sounds really weird, but I really do like doing a Mary's Mini because it kind of takes all of the thinking out of it because it's super simple. You're just doing half your plate with your starch and then half a plate with a non-starchy, and you really don't have to think very much about it. Very uncomplicated. Some people think it's mundane, and that's the way it's supposed to be, so you're not really like looking forward. The way they say it, you're not looking forward to eating, so you're just eating to sustain yourself. I kind of still like it. I get really excited about it. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing some new potatoes in the Instant Pot. I'm going to do some as mashed and then some just that I can cut up and just warm up. I'm going to do a cheese sauce. I'm going to do an Asian kind of slaw, and I'm going to do a nice big green salad. And then the other times I'm going to just use some frozen veggies for kind of my evening meals with the cheese sauce. Super simple, easy to do, easy to prep, right? Okay, so got the new potatoes. I'm going to throw those. Put your water in the Instant Pot. I actually did forget that one time while I was meal prepping, doing a video, wasn't paying attention. It doesn't work as well without the water in there. Just an FYI. So I'm going to put a whole pile in here because it's going to be a long week, and I am going to make mashed. I'm trying to just keep them all the same size so I can cook them around the same. That looks fine to me. My lid on, and then I'm going to set it to seal. And yes, we're going to let that go. Just going to move that aside, get that out of our way. The next thing I want to do is get my cheese sauce going. And if you've been around, if you've been doing the starch solution, we all know about the cheese sauce. It's a potato, carrot cheese sauce, no fat. You can do it with cashews if you're doing for maximum weight loss. We leave the cashews out for now. If you're on maintenance, you can throw some cashews in. It just adds a little creaminess, adds a different texture, a mouth texture. I'm leaving the cashews out because I kind of like it without the cashews. But I'll insert my cheese sauce up here. It's super simple. I change it up pretty well every time I do it. I know it sounds, you can just add and subtract to it however you want. Let me just get my bowl over here. This is my scrap bowl. And so if you've been around, again, if you've been watching my videos, I've been around for a while. I save my scraps for my vegetables and then I freeze them. And when I have enough, I just make soup stock out of it. That way I'm not wasting anything. So especially when you have your scraps from your onions and carrots and any other good vegetables that make a good soup stock, even some of your potatoes. So I'm just going to roughly chop this up. The only thing that matters is just how fast it's going to cook, that's all. Okay, and then we're going to take our potatoes. These are already washed. I'm going to leave the skins on because I don't mind, and I have a high-speed blender, so you're not even going to notice. And extra fiber, which is always good. And that's it. We're going to cook these up until they're tender. And then you're just going to blend it with a little nutritional yeast, some lemon juice, a couple of spices. And again, I change it up. You can throw in some red peppers or some salsa. It just depends on what you're in the mood for, what kind of recipe you're doing. I'll use that one. And you can adjust the flavors any way you want. You can make almost like a brie kind of cheese sometimes. You can add tapioca or starch and cook the cheese sauce to make it stretchy. There's so many different cheese recipes, guys. You can just Google it. I'm telling you. You really don't need a dairy cheese. I think that should, I'll add one more. I might add another carrot. I think that should be enough. Okay. So we're just going to put a lid on this. We're going to bring that to a boil, and we're going to cook that. And then we're going to start prepping our salads. So now I'm just going to clean and soak my lettuce. Some of this lettuce isn't the best. Just going to take that out. Just going to see what I have here. Bad piece here. That's not good. Get rid of that. So this is organic, so I'm just going to give it a good soak. Make sure there's no dirt in it. So our potatoes are finished. I vented it. I let it naturally release because I was doing other stuff. So they're nice and hot. Just take this out really carefully. And I'm just going to take out some of the potatoes that I'm just going to eat plain. Yes, they're hot. I think that's good. And then I'm just going to drain the rest of the water out. And I have the divot in here. So what I always find is I just take the divot out, put it on top, and then you can just drain the water off. If you do it right, you don't lose the potatoes like I just did. I just lost one. Back in he goes. Okay. So if you do it right, you won't lose them. And now I'm just going to mash them right in the container. They're nice and well cooked, so they mash very easily. And again, I like the skins. Keeps all the fiber, more nutrients, more vitamins. I don't even think I'm going to add, sometimes I add a little splash of plant-based milk, but these are nice and creamy. I don't think I'm going to add any. I'm going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of garlic. And I love using my mashed potatoes in my waffle iron. So if you've watched a few of my videos, you know I love putting my mashed potatoes in the waffle iron and making waffle potatoes. They are delicious. So I'm going to let those cool. And then I'm just going to put these into a container so we're all set for this week. What did I do right there? And then we're going to move on to our big salad and getting our Asian slaw all ready. So the next part of our meal prep is we're going to continue on with our salad. So I've cleaned the salad, I've spun it, I've let it sit for a little bit. I did put a paper towel, you can put a tea towel at the bottom. I always like to do that to absorb any extra moisture. That'll help your salad from going bad. And this should be enough salad for probably the whole week. And then I do like to add carnivorous vegetables to my salad, always good. And you can use a food processor or you could do them by hand, however you want to do it. I'm going to probably just julienne them, probably just as easy. And you just want to chiffonade them or shred them. There we go. I'm going to add some, probably need a little bit more. And again, I like to mix up everything that I have in my salads. You want to have a whole bunch of different colors. That should be good. I am going to use my food processor to shred some carrots. That just makes things way easier. Those ones are snacking. I am going to keep a little bit of the carrot for my Asian salad that I'm going to do. There's a little bit of carrot in that one, but not a lot. Just grab a different bowl. There we go. Okay. You can turn the blade over. Slice this cucumber really quickly. Super easy. Add the cucumber to our salad. There we go. And I'm going to do some purple cabbage because that just looks so wonderful. And again, as little or as much as you want, add whatever vegetables you like. So now, tell me below, what's kind of some of your favorite things that are in your salads? I think some of our go-tos are definitely red onions. I pickle my red onions, so I do have a recipe for that. I'll hook that up on top for you. Just because I have a hard time digesting onions, so I find the pickled red onions are much easier for me, so I just add those on. I love adding cabbage just for the color and the crunch. Tomatoes, cucumbers, you know what, just about whatever we have in the fridge seems to go into a salad. I like to add apples. That's always a great thing, or whatever fruit. Peaches are in season. Peaches are really good, or pears. If I'm doing maintenance, sometimes adding a little vegan cheese to it. Or if I'm treating myself. There we go. Yes. I think the purple cabbage just adds so much color. Lovely. Okay. I think we have that. And I think we're just going to leave it like that, and then I'll add the tomatoes when I'm going to. And I'm actually going to add a quick little paper towel on top, just because the cabbage is a little bit wet. I just want it to absorb so it doesn't go bad. And I'm just going to store that. When I'm ready to go, I'll add any nuts or seeds that I'm going to add, probably some sunflower seeds or pumpkin seeds. I do like to add some nuts or seeds to my salads also. All right. And now we're just going to do our Asian salad, and we're all done for the day. And we're all done for our meal prep. We're going to make our oil-free Asian dressing, which is super simple. In a jar, you're just going to add in 2 tablespoons of tamari or soy sauce. Then we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. You're going to see a pattern here. It's going to be 2 of everything. 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar. Then we're going to be adding in 2 teaspoons of the minced garlic. 2 teaspoons of tahini. This is going to give it some creaminess without adding any of the oil. A teaspoon of molasses. I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of white miso. 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. And I eyeball it. Usually half of a good lime will be 2 teaspoons. And then we're going to grate in, don't forget your pepper flakes. And this is a pinch, depends on how spicy you like it. We like a little bit spicier. And then we're going to grate in about 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Now, I keep my, I'm sorry, not garlic, I apologize, ginger. And I keep my ginger in the freezer. It makes it easier for grating, and it keeps it fresh at all times. So you're always going to have ginger ready whenever you need it in a recipe. So I do keep the skin on it because it grates really easily, and it's almost like fluff, but it still keeps a great flavor. So I just grate it, put it in the jar, put the lid on, give it a really good shake, and your dressing is all ready to go. I like to let it sit for a good 10 minutes or overnight to make sure that the flavors meld and let the pepper flakes impart its flavor. So now the final thing we're going to do is complete our Asian slaw. We've done our dressing. And now we're just going, I'm just using a bag of the classic coleslaw that you can get. You can do your own. I could have done my own, shredded my own cabbage. I just happen to have this. I'm going to see. I don't want to overdo it. Let me just see. I'm going to add my carrots back in here. Of course, you could add onions. This is an oil-free dressing. And I just find that the longer it sits with the dressing on it, the better it gets. And I just give it a shake. And that's it. I think we could probably fit all of that in here. Yeah. It'll kind of decompress after a few minutes anyway. There we go. And then our meal prep is all done. We have our potatoes set, our salad, our mashed potatoes, our cheese sauce, and then I'm going to use some frozen vegetables in between. So our Mary Mini is all set. So follow along with me this week. I hope you join me doing your Mary's Mini, and then let me know how you do. If you've released any weight, how you feel on it. I always find I feel great because I'm not having any gluten. Gluten and I aren't friends. I'm not celiac, but I just noticed that my stomach feels so much better. There we go. I'm just going to give this a try. And you can always adjust your flavoring. I always let your dressing sit, especially with this one when you put the red pepper flakes in it. Let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes, which I've done, just to make sure. Excuse me. That is perfect. We are all set. Guys, thank you so much, friends, for joining me again. Hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button. Cook for your friends and family. Show them how good vegan food can taste. And we're going to see you in the next one. Bye.